We were discussing about the angles for a single point cutting tool. So next angle that we'll be discussing, that is your back rake angle. It is the angle between the face of the tool and the line parallel to the base of the shank in the plane parallel to the side cutting edge. So basically we see it is visible in the front view. This is the back rake angle. Yes. So this angle is a back rake angle. If we see clearly in this part, this is the back rake angle. Yes. So this is with the shank and is the plane line parallel to this. So this is the back rake angle for this one. Yes. So why, what is the significance of this angle? The line parallel to the base of the shank. That is the line that is parallel to the base of the shank and the plane parallel to the side cutting edge. And this is the plane parallel that is parallel to the side cutting edge. So in between that angle lies, that is your back rake angle, and angle is somewhat like here. So this is your back rake angle. So it affects the ability of tool to shear the work and form a chip. So the we can say the purpose of this back rake angle is, that is, it helps the tool to shear the work. Clear? So this angle will be striking onto the workpiece to the first intent. There. So it will be striking, it will be getting to shear the workpiece, and that is for the formation of chip starts from here. Clear? So from this angle, it is striking onto the tool workpiece, and it's getting to shear of the workpiece, and with the shearing of the workpiece, there are chips, formation of chips is there. Clear? So the purpose of significance of back rake angle, it affects the ability of the tool to shear the work. Clear? and and it helps to form a chip on that plane this case. Again, it is a side rake angle. It is an angle by which the face of the tool is inclined sideways. So if we see, this is from the sideways, if we see, this is the side rake angle. Yes, there's an angle by which this inclined, like if you see on the sideway, so this is like, if we see from here, this is inclined. This line is somewhat inclined in the direction, and if we take a line, we see a parallel to the plane on this side. This is the angle that is being taken with the edge is a side rake angle from the side. I mean, if we are seeing this angle in the front view for this position, this is a back rake angle, and if it is for the extension, if we see in this side, and if we see in this side up to this angle, like it is striking somewhat like here in this part, so that will be the side rake angle. Clear? So we were discussing about two rake angles. First one is a back rake angle, that is seen in the front view. The side rake angle is seen in the side view of this, and that on the upper tip of this, that is the angle formed by the upper tip are rake angle, and with the lower one is the release angle. So, so negative rake are recommended on tools which do not possess good toughness. So what is positive and negative rake we have discussed yesterday also. This is positive and negative rake. So in the case of positive rake, the angle is onto this side, it is being extended to this side, clear? And for the negative rake, it goes like this side, the back rake angle exceeds in this side. Similarly, the side rake angle also, for the negative rake, it's the we can say the value is more in this case, and for the positive, it's the smaller value. It's in the this side, and again it shifts to the this side. So if we see, this is the negative rake angles for side rake angle and back rake angle, and these are the positive rake angles for side rake angle and back rake angles for this. Now, what is the significance for this upon we are calling of these tools? The negative rake are recommended on the tools we do not possess good toughness, like if the material of the tool is somewhat brittle, yeah, and somewhat the material is not very tough in this sense. So we recommend giving it a negative rate so that the life of the tool is increased with this part. Harder material like cast iron cut by a smaller rake angle. Normally, the harder materials when you are machining the harder materials for this, like CI. So these are cut by smaller rake angles. If we get to increase the rake angle, it will get to distort of the tool. The distortion in the tool will be taking on upon this place. So tools like cemented carbide permit very high speed, and at a such high speed, rake angle has an influence on cutting pressure. Under such condition, rake angle is minimum or negative. So why we are putting on the negative angle for this or minimum angle for the rake is because Like cemented carbide tools, they have a very high speed, they work on very high speed, and as the speed has, we can say that we are increasing the high speed of the very high speed of this cemented tools, cemented carbide tools, and that is such high speed rectangular influence, and then the as the we can say forces, the pressure also increases, cutting pressure also increases in this case. So in order to prevent the tool from failure, we get to put the rate value of that angle to the minimum or a negative values. For more depth of cut, material removal max, it means tool has to withstand shear cutting pressure. If we get to then also if we get to increase the more depth of cut of the material removal, where so then also we have then the tool has to withstand shear cutting pressure. The pressure again consequently get to increase if we get to increase the depth of cut. We can say greater to putting on the negative or a minimum rating for this part. Then next comes your relief angles. So if we see of the relief angle, what is the relief angle on this side? So relief is from the lower side of this like here. So this is the side cutting edge, this is end cutting edge, the side cutting edge angle in this part. So it minimizes rubbing contact between the machine surface. So these are the relief angles. If we see here, so this is end relief angle. If we see in the positive side or the front side of this, the angle with the tip and that is the lower end of this, the tool of the front tool, that is the end relief angle here. And similarly, if we seeing on into the side in this case, the side is also like here is tilted, like here it is the first one, that is the angle with this. This is your side relief angle. Clear? So this is your sorry end relief angle for this, and if you talk about the side relief angle for this, so this is the side relief angle for this, and like the edge is gone to this side. If we get to increase with this side, so here will be something like side cutting edge angle. Clear? So like here will be the side cutting edge angle, or you can say side relief angle. For side relief angle will be in something like this area. So this is ERA and SRA, that is end relief angle on the front view, and similarly the end relief side relief angle on the side view of that part. So now what is the significance of these relief angles? Basically, it doesn't we can say leads to contact the tool directly to the workpiece. So it minimizes the rubbing contact. That is, if we clearly see it is being shaped to the inner side of this. Here, similarly to the side also and on the front view also. So this is the end clearance angle and this is side clearance angle or release angle we have followed there. So the purpose of this is to we can say minimize the contact. Clear? So minimize the rubbing contact. So first is to reduce friction. Secondly is to increase the life of tool. Clear? Because if the tool will be rubbing directly onto the workpiece and that too under such high force, pressure and temperature ranges, it will surely be affecting the life of the tool. So it helps to eliminate tool breakage and increase the tool life. Clear? So we are just taking off the contact, reducing the friction out of this. So eventually, when we are taking the tool back out of this, we'll be eliminating the tool breakage and will be increasing the life of the tool in this part. So small angle for machining hard material. So what can be we can say the remedies we can suggest out of it. The first one can be the small angle for machining hard material. Similarly, for the rake angles also, we have to we can say put off like the value should be small. Clear? So as small as the value will be, it will be we can say the easier for the material to we can say regain strength and the life eventually is getting on to increase. It prevents side flank of tool from rubbing against. So it is preventing basically the relief is basically provided on both the sides, that is front and side. So it prevents we can say the front side, the front lower side of the tool. Secondly, and we can say the side low from the side the lower side of the side view, that is to rubbing onto the workpiece in this case. So it prevents the side flank of the tool from rubbing against the work. Similarly, it prevents the lower side of this front view in this part, so that to rubbing on, that will be directly rubbing on with the workpiece in this regard. So, like see, it prevents side tool also rubbing against the tool. So, what are its we can say advantages for this? Increased tool life Obviously, for the if the contact is being reduced, then the tool life is being increased for the same depth of the same cutting force distributed on wide surface, because for the same depth here, so we are present the depth of cut for the same depth of cut, and the cutting force is distributed on the wider surface. So when there is lesser contact, it is mentioning. So eventually it is getting on to increase the life of the tool, because at the same depth of cut and cutting force will be, we can say, distributed on the wider surface, we get a wider range of surface in this case. By reducing on to the angles for this, we get, when we are putting the relief on the we can say the lower side on the front view, and on the side of the side view for this. So it dissipated heat quickly for having wider cutting edge. So another advantage for relief angle we are putting onto this, that is that is dissipation of heat. So when we are dissipating the heat, like it is not in contact, and the heat dissipation takes at a very fast rate in this case. So it dissipates the heat quickly here, or having a wider cutting edge for this part here. So the heat dissipation is taking place in this part, and it is having at the wider cutting edge for the purpose of this higher relief angle for this. Then comes your end cutting edge angle. So end cutting edge angle is, this is the side cutting edge angle, and this is end front cutting edge angle. So if we see in the top view, this is the side cutting edge angle, and this is the edge cutting edge angle. So it is the cutting edges in this case. This is the cutting edge. Clear? Now if we are seeing in this side, it will be tilted somewhat. The nose is tilted to the curve in this side, and with this curve, the angle with this side is your side cutting edge angle. Clear? And if we see from the this side, from this edge, if we take in a straight line from this edge, this is your front cutting edge angle. So we have the two cutting edge angles also for the front and side in this also. So it prevents front cutting edge of tool from rubbing against the work. So we have the same reason, the same purpose for this. It can be because the front edge of this, we can say the cutting edge of the tool is not directly rubbing on. We are providing it an angle. A taper is provided because if it would have been a flat surface, it would be striking directly onto the tool part, and there will be more of friction, there will be more of the tool, we can say temperature rises in that tool, and that will be, we can say, exaggerating, or we can say reducing the life of the tool in this case. The cutting forces has been exaggerated on that part, temperature has been exaggerated on that part, and eventually there is loss of tool life in this part. Yes. So larger cutting and cutting edge angle unnecessarily weakens the tool. Obviously, if we are putting on the larger and cutting edge angle, so what will be happening? It will be becoming more and more flat in this case. If we are as we can say, moving to, there is the we can say lesser amount of material that is we can say striking the tool. So it is not touching the tool directly onto this, and this is weakening the tool for this. And the value for this angle is normally 8 to 15 degrees. So end cutting edge angle values lie between, although that this is not, so we can say standard values for this, but we don't have any sort of standard values for this, but we know the range out of this, because it depends upon the material of the tool, it depends upon the material of the workpiece, it depends upon what sort of that depth of cut we are providing it with this, what sort of, we can say, the speed we are getting into this. So it depends, and we can compensate all these things and get on to which range for which the angle should lie. And for this, the angle should be lying between 8 to 15 degrees for end cutting edge angle for that part of this piece. Then next comes your nose radius for this part. So greater nose radius provide better surface finish. So this is, like, here we see this curve, that is your nose. Yes, so this is nose, although it is saying like it is tilted angle, but if we see in the top view, it is somewhat like a normal curve to this part. A small curve on this side, that is known as your nose radius. So if it is providing the greater nose radius, it will be providing better surface, because as the nose radius will, we can say, reduce the edge, sharp edge will going to be, you can say the value of sharp edge will going to be increased for this part. So as the value of sharp edge going to increase, it will be rubbing onto the, because it will be touching onto the surface of the workpiece. So more it will be touching onto the surface of the workpiece, it will be providing more scratches of this part. Rather, if it is curved like this, if it have a greater radius for this, then it will be helping us to take this all over this, and it will be increasing the surface finish for this. All finish tools have greater nose radius than rough tool. So when we have two types of tools in this case, when we have rough tool, the purpose of rough tool is to take off the maximum chip of the material, maximum chipping of the maximum material of the workpiece. But for the finished tools, we have to like somewhat we have to be taking off into account for these are blunt tools. We can say not very, we can say with an increased home radius, so that it may although it may also chipping off the material out of the workpiece, but it is in the lower value of this. So accumulated heat is less than pointed tool, which permits higher speed, increased tool life. So obviously, what is the reason for this? That is accumulated heat of the pointed tool. When we have the pointed tool, we are accumulating the heat at a single point. Another point, when we are putting it to a curve, then we can say the heat, the area of that heat is not accumulated. The area gets wider in this case. So when the area gets wider for this, as long as there will be the area of this, there will be the wider area of this for this. There will be the heat dissipation will be the area will be get and the production will be more, heat dissipation will be increased on this stuff, and which eventually will be leading on to the increase in the life of the tool for that particular you can say process.